All right, guys. Hello, everybody. So this is a video that I've not specifically done before. This is my paycheck spreadsheet from Debt Free Jesse, but I'm going to come in on payday and show you actually kind of what I do. Actually, it's officially the day before payday, but I have all the information, so I'm going to set it all up now. So my paycheck was what I expected it to be. My husband's was extra. I was not sure. I knew he had gotten a raise since the last time we had a third paycheck magic month situation. So I just budgeted with the old amount. I'm not sure what that would be. So that's currently what we're working with. So I'm going to come on down. I'm not putting anything in the emergency fund right now. So let's come down to our bills. This is all exactly what I was expecting it to be. 7252 is the different kind of donation sources that I have, and then school lunches I haven't gotten the bill yet for. I'm going to budget it at 100. It's definitely going to be less than that, but I'm going to set up this budget as though I have to pay that whole 100, and we will see afterwards what it looks like. Then these cash amounts are what they were expected to be, or that's what I'm going to start by pulling. No, that's actually, well, yeah. 12 for donuts, 50 for beauty, eating out, car washes. Okay, so this stuff is all zero with this check. And then I'm putting $200 on my, or I put already $200 on my Quick Star gas card, and then it's a 29% processing fee. Sorry about that. So let's come down to our annual and semi-annual bills. And this was $874 for property taxes and $10 towards Mint Mobile. That is also what that's going to be. Those are all correct. So let's come down here a little bit, and we've still got not putting anything in for LP. I'm going to put 50 for Christmas. It's not even going to go in the sinking fund, just the last, in case I have a last little bit of shopping to do. I'm just setting that aside. 25 for vehicles, 50 for kids, all into the online sinking account. Nothing's going into the gas sinking fund because I put gas money on the Quick Start card. Nothing towards tattoos. I am putting $40 towards medical, $160 towards summer daycare. I'm going to do $150 in our cash savings challenges. And I'm going to up this just a little bit since his paycheck was a little bit more than expected. So I'm going to put $550 actually in there. I cut a bunch of stuff to try to put extra towards that. So we're going to put $550 there. And then if I come down here, there's $198.19. And because I like round numbers, and because this is like totally bad practice, I'm certain of it. But I know that when I do, let's do that. Let's just do this. $198.19 is what is left down here of leftover income. So that's all going to go toward our minimum payment has already been paid on our HELOC. So this entire thing is extra going to the debt principal. And so that's how I set that up. Set my paycheck up. I've been playing with numbers kind of on and off, but just finding out what his paycheck amount was and knowing that we have that extra money to budget with, I wanted to come in and show you what my actual, payday or preparation for payday routine does look like. And I'm going to show you here now what I do next. So hang on, I'm probably going to have to do this separately. Okay, so this is actually a little spreadsheet that I created. I'm not the best at creating spreadsheets, but I can certainly do things that are simple. So here is what I've made. This is essentially exactly like my paycheck budget, like cash breakdown sheet that I made for myself and was using when I was doing everything in kind of my budget book. And so I've started doing a lot more electronically. I still do a lot of cash budgeting, but I definitely appreciate not having to do this all out on paper and by hand and something that does the math for me. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to show you how I use this or plan to use it. And then I will post this for free on my Ko-fi shop if anyone's interested in trying it out, if it's helpful for anyone else. So I actually already did the numbers over here. So you'll have to do this. But so I'm putting in my amount for groceries is $280. For spending, our amount is $120, but I'm spending mine online. So I'm only putting $70 in there for spending, which is going to cash to my husband. $100 for dine out, $12 for donuts. Oh, one of our donation amounts is being taken out in cash because it's going into like a Christmas donation thing. So that's not in our, it's actually under our donation, but I need cash for it. So car washes, we are doing $12 for one car wash. We're not doing anything for drinks because we're not. And then it's $50 for beauty. So, and $150 for savings challenges. So then what you do, that shows, so right here, you see that the total is $6.99 in cash that I need according to this. So this part over here, I didn't take it out of here. I will though. Okay, so $280 for my groceries. I do 2 100s, 150, a 20, and a 10. 150, 70, 80. Yeah. So then I do that for all of my things. I need 3 20s and a 10 for spending. For dine out, I want 4 20s, 1 10, 1 5, and 5 ones. I want 12 ones for donuts. I want for the Christmas envelope, I want a 20 and a 5. For the car wash envelope, I want a 10 and 2 ones. For the beauty envelope, I want 5 ones, 1 5, and 2 20s. And for savings challenges, I want 5 10s, 10 5s, and 50 $1 bills. So then I also have it set up so this bottom row down here adds up the numbers in these columns. So I need 74 ones total, 13 5s, 9 10s, 20, 9 10s, 11 20s, 150, and 2 100s. So then this bottom shaded category means that in hundreds, I should have 200. I will have $50 worth of 50s, $220 worth of 20s, $90 worth of 10s, $65 worth of 5s, $74 worth of 1s, and then $6.99. So these two need to match. This is adding the total here is adding up what I've requested for cash, and this total is adding up to make sure that all of the numbers and the denominations and how many of the quantity of denominations that I have put on here match. So those two need to match in order for this to be correct. So then I'm going to come over to my cash breakdown sheet. And then I usually take, I get mine from the Simple Budget, I think is what I have currently. I bought her PDF version of her little, bank slip or teller slip, I guess. Maybe that's what I'll call this, teller slip. So I do it on here so that I know the math, and then I copy it onto one of her printable teller slips, and that's what I give to my bank. So I need 2 100s. I need 150. I'm taking all of this information from right here. I need 11 20s. I need 9 10s, I need 13 5s, and I need 74 1s. And so it did the math over here and is telling how much money I need worth of 20s, 50s, 100s, 10s, 5s, 1s, and my total is $6.99. So this also should match what we have here for totals, and it does. So then this is what I'm going to copy down onto my teller slip when I take it to the bank. The next step, so that's the cash piece that's done and ready to be executed. So I also have a little thing over here for sinking fund transfers. So all of my sinking funds are in one savings account with Ally, and they have buckets at Ally for anyone who is familiar with that high yield savings account. So I put what I plan to transfer, right? I'm not putting anything in emergency fund right now. I identified $550 was going to travel, nothing for registration or insurance this paycheck, $10 for Mint Mobile, $50 for kids, $25 for vehicles, $160 was going to summer daycare, nothing for LP, nothing for gas, $40 in medical, and $874 towards property taxes. So that shows me that I need to transfer $1,709. to my sinking fund account. I also put a check mark in here if it's helpful to check it off for any reason. I don't know why you would do it, whatever. That's there. You can delete those if you feel like it. But so that's there. So that tells me, so then I go in and I schedule the transfers for 1709 and then I break it down by the buckets. So where I'm at right now, that is my paycheck or my payday routine. Obviously there are some, not obviously, but there are some bills that I have to pay online or things, I have to schedule payments. But in general, this is it. This is the routine that I do on payday to make sure all of my money goes where it's going. I'll show you the next step. Hang on a second. So I wanted to show, this is Lainey Liz Digital. I wanted to show you exactly where I got what I'm going to show you next. So she actually has a lot of really cool stuff on here. I hadn't looked at her whole shop. I actually went into Etsy and just Googled like digital checkbook register, essentially, which she actually has multiple of. It's like different color schemes and stuff. This one is the one that I have. It's on Google Sheets. And so checkbook register here is what I got. Of 25. Super convenient. Highly recommend if you're like, I'll show you how I use it if that's anything that's helpful to you. And then hang on, I will show you what I'm doing next. All right. So this is what the checkbook register looks like. So I pay for anyone who, okay. I got this not specifically to use it as a register. So like I'm not necessarily concerned about this stuff, the deposits, withdrawals, the number of transactions, that kind of stuff. I got it to use the way that I use basically my transaction log. So I come in when I was doing this on paper in my budget book, what I did was I came in and I start at zero because I'm budgeting every paycheck out from zero to whatever. I don't roll over my buffer. I don't pay attention to that necessarily. Like that's there. That's great. It's the purpose of a buffer. I don't even honestly want to know how much it is because then that lets me think I can overspend or something. So I come in here, I'm budgeting everything from zero. Excuse me. And then I'm putting in our paychecks. So those were our credits, our deposits. So I have $3,066 to budget. So when I come in here, if I didn't click this complete up here at the checking register, it currently says that the whole thing is pending, that the current balance is zero. Again, I don't pay attention to that part because that's not, that doesn't mean it's not important if you're actually using this as an entire checkbook register. I'm really using this more to budget out my paychecks from full, the entire amount through everything and any transactions that come through. But I do mark them in here. I'm not going to go through and show you everything, but essentially now I come in and I put in all of what's coming out of this paycheck. So essentially I'm duplicating, but I do it because this is just how my brain functions. My budget over here is what's supposed to happen. The debt-free Jessie spreadsheet is what is supposed to happen, everything that is supposed to come out with the transactions. But here's what has actually happened. So just off the top of my head, I know that that $874 is my property tax amount. So I'm going to put that in there. Oops, I'm sending that to that. Just put saving over there as the category. I just kind of use the category deposit, saving, if it's a transfer, if it's oh no, that isn't supposed to say saving, it's supposed to say transfer because that's the method. If it's going to the credit card, if it was on the debit card, if it's an online payment, if it's an automatic payment, all that gets noted right here. So that was a transfer and that's actually going to go through on December 2nd. That's when it is scheduled to go through and it will not show. So it will be white over here until you put a date in, and then that shows that your balance is now that. So gosh, what do I have that are auto payments? Do I have any auto payments? I don't think I do, but so I usually just do auto. Say auto, 1129, and we'll say internet. Even though I'm not, that's not a current bill for this paycheck, but $30 in auto payment. So then it's going to do that. And then I can click when it comes out. And then, then it shows it up here. Again, that's not the part that I'm concerned about, but that's how I go in here and I budget everything down to zero. I'm not going to type it all in on screen, but I will potentially come back when I get it filled out for this paycheck so that you can see what that looks like. And then I add to it when I do things like rounding up, when I'm putting cash back in, when I put $173 of cash in, like I did with my last check-in, and then 171.90 something went out to the credit card. It was like cash in from check-in was 190 or 173, and then credit card payment from check-in was 171.93, if I remember correctly. So I got to add the dates or it doesn't do it. 11/29, right? So then that shows that. So then this then reflects, I put that cash, that roundup, which is what, $1.07 in this case. I take that and I put it in the budget. Let me see if it's going to do it. So, then I would come back in here and I'd put that in roundups, right? Equals $1.07. That's where you'd see it here in the budget. On the register, you see it here. That's how the math is done. So those should match at the end. But anyway, so that's my paycheck routine. When I get this all set up, I can come in and show you kind of what it looks like. But anyway, thank you. And here is what it looks like filled out for this paycheck. It does allow me to make some changes. So my spending was a little bit less. And so I just took $2 off of school lunches so that I could put a flat $200 towards debt. And right now I'm left with 23 cents. And then I add to that and take away from that as expenses happen over the pay period. So that is what I'm looking at. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all for being here as always. See ya.